dry, what that cold water be have my skin looking like I'm an iguana, dry ass feet, and my skin is beautiful. I don't know why I get all so dry like that. It's olive oil. You like that? I don't need it no more, but it sure is good for the skin. I gotta blow my fucking nose. And I don't have a cold. I don't know why my nose is running like that. Cold water, I guess. Ooh, child. Snap you up out of a coma. You scratched me last night, you fart. Sometimes you got me good, bro. Play too rough. Stop licking my toe. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna clean it out in a minute there, Al. Some socks on. I already walked outside barefooted, people. Don't try and hold me and chastise me. I already did it. I'm gonna clean it, okay, buddy? Actually, I got a bigger one for you, Papa. Let me clean it real quick. All right, let's clean it real quick. Go ahead. Hold on, Papa. Don't play with this, please. I gotta do it up. I'm gonna take too fast. Excuse you. Stop playing with my feet, man. Mess with my damn feet, bro. You listen now. Can't have that, bro. You don't like it. You're the first cat I ever seen that didn't like a conejo. You know you like eggs and fish. You're weird, bro. Like you're super cat or something. Windows open low. It's like 70. It's like 73, 74, 75 degrees. Oh, let me move this out the way. My hoodie, I gotta run out to the, what you call it, pick up I'm gonna pick something up real quick. Grab some ammo. Yes, no, that's my little bro. Come on. That's my boy. That's Nettie's beer. Him and his old lady. I had to hide it. They was getting too drunk. Falling down and shit. I ain't never seen that. Why are you looking at me like that, yo? You better not jump on my back. I swear to God, you better not jump on my back, bro. He been fucking me up all morning. Yeah, that's fresh water, bro. That one over there and upstairs. I think that's why you're pissing so much. I never seen a cat drink so much water like you. Seriously. You drink a lot of water, dude. Don't sideways look at me. You was right there, bro. You was just drinking it. Anything I'm doing, you gotta do with me, huh? Damn, bro. I love you too. Shit. Chill. Take y'all on a little trip. Bugging. Leave that alone, man. Free music, people. Lofty beats, Every music I use is free, even though I have where I can $25 a month. I can play all kind of Wu-Tang or whatever. Yeah, buddy. So I just wanted to show y'all. I'm about to get a lift kit on my truck. I baked risers. My step up. I baked them last night. We're gonna put them on this weekend coming. So I'm not doing the run like I had on my other truck. What I'm doing is I'm doing it right here. So I had to spray it black, put the oven at 400, and bake it for like 20. I think I did for like 28 minutes on both sides. So they're black. These are 35s, I believe. 35s, I believe. So we're gonna lift this 2 inches. Oh, we're gonna lift this 4 inches, lift it back 2 inches, and we're gonna put, I guess the sizes go up, right? I remember, I haven't bought the hot tires yet. I've been looking at them, but they're big as hell. So get that done hopefully in the next month and a half. And I'm gonna put another ceramic coat on it. So I washed it a few days ago. So I'm gonna wash it again. Chevy. For it to be a 32, I'm just not too big on the electronics. It seems like every other day they want to do an update, which is, you know who that is, you know what I mean? So, but I like the rims. I got my old rims. I kept my rims, the ones that I had on the truck. I would have went up in value for the payoff, but I was only like $12,000 to pay it off, so, which was good. And I put the tent. I'm gonna show y'all when I go out, like the mezzanines and stuff. My tent fits here, in here. It fits right in here. And I cook and everything with my buddy heater and all that. And I can sleep in the back of the truck as well, like, you know, SHTF, right? And I keep stuff like 3 fire extinguishers and all kind of fire starter kits and stuff like that. So I'd advise you to make the best and do the same thing. You know, got some bird food for the bird nest. It's a little thing, so I'm gonna get ahead and get this reading. I forgot, I didn't do the reading yesterday afternoon. Oscar wanted me to sight his gun in. So I was out there shooting a little extra longer than what I should have been. I'm supposed to meet him 4:30 today, so my apologies, people, for not being as punctual as I should. I guess after being punctual all my life, it ain't gonna hurt to not be punctual, you know? And I'm selling this. I'm selling one of my 1911s. This is the one that Tomahawk and Westside got to shoot. New barrel, trigger housing, new grips. I changed. I think I changed about 4 different things on here. So it's about an extra $190, $200 on it. So, and I'm gonna take that money and put it towards another rifle I'm building. So yeah, I met a lady from Germany. Now, most tourists that come here, they come in a group. I think I had a close encounter of some sort with someone from somewhere else. It was, I don't know, I better just be quiet. It was weird. And I was like, well, you vacation? And she's been here for 2 weeks, gonna be here for another 2 weeks. I'm like, that's something, what? Anyway, it was pretty interesting. It's pretty awesome, actually. Weird things are happening, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave that at that. That'd be a story for another time, depending on if for some miraculous reason I see this individual. She looked like a little tomboy. Older, I mean, you know, probably in her 30s. She looked like a tomboy, like she might, but that's not what it was. I got a whole different vibe. And the way she communicated was like the shit I'm talking about. I don't know. I mean, everything is speculatory, you know what I'm saying? Even my boy was like, yo, is she weird? And I was like, no, we're the ones that's weird, bro. We're the ones who don't have a grip on the situation at hand. She seemed like a real solid one. Like, I mean, like, the way she moved. know what's funny? She smoked somebody's joint. She took a hit off of it, and she got so high, not foolishly, like her body's metabolite different. And then she was sober like that. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Dude. I mean, she is. I never smoked this. And she was like, oh, wow. And like 5 minutes later, that was pretty good. I was like, and my boy was like this. I was like, yo, dude, what was that? The OG Kush? And I wasn't smoking. I was like, that was the OG Kush? She was like, yeah. I was like, God damn, you don't feel nothing? No, well, I'm supposed to. I was like, I ain't gonna say shit. I just shut the fuck up. Totally different. We're gonna leave that as it is. Cause I don't want nobody to come looking for her, hunting her. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's just weird. And I know if I was to smoke that shit, I'd have been like, somebody drive me home. I gotta go and climb up on the sofa or the bed or something, lay on the floor. No. I don't know. I wanted to share it, like when I came in last night, just do a video. I was like, no, they probably not let it be seen. I need to say it while I'm live. You know? Some weird shit. All right, let's get into this reading. My apologies again for not reading the second part and doing open mic like I said I would. I went on with original Lone Wolf, Shout to Haya, Grey Wolf, ToLU was there, another sister, she doesn't really know me. She will get to know me though. I think her name was Evans, or I forget her name. I think I've seen her before. The way the screen's laid out in the chat room, that this is the original Lone Wolves, and it's where I'm gonna get him and ToLU and I think somebody else to bring them over on StreamYard or Melon and allow them just to enlighten y'all on a lot of information. I believe that is very, very pertinent. So maybe some other people could have them on their platform as well. So that way it can get, because not everybody's over here, so it can get around to everybody. I just think is very important. You know what I mean? It was an exceptional board. I got in a little late because I was out. I was out and about running around. When I got in here, I tagged in. You know what I mean? While I was actually in the car, I walked in and and it was very good. It was very interesting. Y'all really like it. Trust me. Let's go ahead and start with Enoch. And I'm making corrections on people's posts, and I'm doing it, and I want to tell myself don't do it, but I think it has to be done because we have a lot of people pushing some real information. Young man, you can tell he's a holy rolling Jesus Christ freak. I don't say that to be demeaning. It's, what it is. It's talking about the history of Adidas. Now, a number of people have been doing this, and when we were rocking Adidas, to us it was the Acme brand sneaker. It was like $7-8 back in the in the early early 80s. And Chuck Taylors, Converse, Adidas, Nikes, and Pumas. We were rocking them. They were not a household name. We made that, and you see the people that own the companies. They didn't give a shit. All they've done was get rich off of us. That's why I say we need to keep it in between ourselves, design our own clothes. I'm wearing a Nike suit right now. I don't give a fuck, but we need to make our own stuff. That's it. And fuck them. Should have happened 40, 50 years ago, but hey, here we are. You know what I'm saying? No, we won't be silenced no more. There's no way. And they don't get it. They've created their own, and they knew it. They knew this, and they believe they're ready. When you work in darkness, some president liked my video. I was explaining on the video. The brother was right, and I was like, but stop it with the Jesus shit. I says the true person's name wasn't Jesus. He was in South America, very ugly individual. That's why they say he had a face a mother can light. He was a real individual, and I expressed and explained exactly what it looked like. It was a short motherfucker with a hump, walk with a cane, long white hair and beard, pretty much see out of one eye. He just did miraculous things, and he was hunted, and in France, the joke, we're talking about a long time ago, people. The joke is Quasimodo. But you see, they destroyed Notre Dame. just like they destroyed the fake ass stones over there in Georgia, the fake ass God stones. But then they established this, and you see Elon Musk wearing that outfit in red with Baphomet. You see the blue horse of death at the airport, in Denver, Colorado. And just so many other things. They have perverted history, and they believe that history will not come back to haunt them. They think they're going to do some goddamn reset. No, it's going to be a reset, all right. And it's all right for us to talk about it too. Don't even hide to be fret about it, because it's going to be some amazing shit happening. Anyway, let's go ahead and get in chapter 20. What's it, chapter 20? What did I say? Yes, it was chapter 25. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, chapter 27. Just want to make sure. All right, let's go ahead and get it in. Might read quite a bit this morning. It's AM. We are in a state of mourning. So, okay, it's afternoon. Then said I, for what object is this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees? Again, on the video, I was correcting him. Tell him stop using that Jesus stuff. Oh my goodness, these people are just it's real history, and they got to incorporate. I can't stand this about these people. It's not, and then the word God, they use it so, but it's us. It's us. Everything he said, I was expressing in the video how it was us and applied to us, and yet I even commented so that way he could see it. Usually when you should do a duet with people's videos, they can see it. And hopefully he's enlightened enough to actually pay attention. But if not, so be it. Have his Jesus. Then I said, for what object is this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees, and this accursed valley betwixt? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, this accursed valley is for those who are accursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together, who utter with their lips against the Creator unseemly words, and of his glory speak hard things. We murmur and talk about each other. We go against each other. Do you think that we'll be gathered up in the light of things? Dude. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall be their place of judgment. In the last days, don't listen to me when I say judgment. I believe there is something. What it is, I'm not going to allude, because then I'll be telling you the story of the pale wolf and the dark wolf. In the last days, there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment, in the presence of the righteous forever. Did you pay attention to what that said? In the last days, there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment. 602-858-6. Dude, excuse me. In the last days, there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment, in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory. You know how I feel about that word. The eternal King. Now, what is that alluding to? Because you got to remember, they fuck with everything. In the days of judgment over the former, they shall bless him for the mercy in accordance with which he has assigned them their lot. Then I blessed the Lord of glory and set forth his glory and lauded him gloriously. We're going to let that be. Chew the fruit, spit out the seeds. Chapter 28. And thence I went towards the east into the midst of the mountains, because they must make you believe in their narrative. So they're going to have that in here. You got to know better. And thence I went towards the east into the midst of the mountain range of the desert. And I saw a wilderness, and it was solitary, full of trees and plants. And water gushed from above, rushing like a copious watercourse, which flowed towards the northwest. It caused clouds and dew to ascend on every side. And thence I went to another place in the desert, and approached to the east of this mountain range, and there I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh. And the trees also were similar to the almond tree. Chapter 30. And beyond these I went afar to the east and saw another place, a valley full of water. And therein there was a tree, the color of fragment trees such as the mastic. You know I gotta pull it up. That's what I do. The mastic. Hold on. I hope it's still saved in here. You know I'm retarded when it comes to this stuff sometimes. So again, and therein there was a tree, the color of and it's question mark in parentheses, of fragment trees such as the mastic. It's gonna load all the way across. I should have went to DuckDuckGo, but it doesn't pull up some things. Certain things the Chinese site just doesn't pull up. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. Okay. I know. 4,000 tabs. I don't even know how I got that many. But they're up there. I research the information. I save things to the screen. Some things I just leave it up there. There we go. Right. Mastic Tree, Arizona. All right, hold on. I'm just saying, people, I want you to see what this tree looks like, man. And you'll get a better, and yes, there's plenty of them out here in Arizona. And you're gonna love this. I'm downloading the image because I don't want to, you get what I'm saying? And if you've been to, there's certain places for those of us who are in the military, you know that you've seen these before. And let's go ahead and pull that up. So I'm gonna hold it up to the screen. It's a mastic tree. I think it's let's see. Okay, look at this. All right. And on the sides of those valleys, I saw fragment cinnamon, and beyond these, I proceeded to the east. Chapter 31. And I saw other mountains, and amongst them were groves of trees, and there flowed forth from them nectar, which is named Sarara and Albanum. And beyond these mountains, I saw another mountain to the east of the ends of the earth, whereon were aloe trees, not plants. And all the trees were full of stacte. It's just me. Baba Roshan, dude, can a brother do his live, man? I'll check you out later, brother. Okay, it was stop. Okay, here we go. And you get an oil from that too. You know that, people? Okay. Full of stacte. I'm going to show you, which is, I believe. Pull up the other one. Okay, let me pull up one that's here. I'm just going to leave it right here. And y'all think I'm kidding about Baba Roshan? You see him right there. He just did a live. He always wants to let me know when he's live. But that's it. And that's like frankincense, myrrh, and all that kind of stuff. So I just want you to know. And when one burned it, it smelled sweeter than any fragrant odor. And these are things that we used to be known very wisely about, and yet here we are. Nobody knows nothing about these things. Chapter 32, and we'll be this part, and then we're going custodians of time. And after these fragrant odors, I looked towards the north over the mountains, and these things are beautiful. Stop burning candles, people. That's very toxic for your lungs. I looked towards the north over the mountains. I saw 7 mountains full of choice nard and fragrant trees and cinnamon and pepper. And thence I went over the summits of all these mountains far towards the east of the earth, and passed above the Erythraean Sea, and went far from it, and passed over the angel Zotiel. Now, I was going to pull up the Erythraean Sea. I prefer you to look it up, and I'll spell it out for you. It's Erythraean. And you know the rapper that got murked. Okay, there you go. All right. But anyway, passed over the angel Zotiel. And I came to the garden of righteousness and saw beyond those trees many large trees growing there in a goodly fragrance, large, very beautiful and glorious, and the tree of wisdom, whereof they eat and knew great wisdom. That tree is in height like the fir, and its leaves are like those of the carob tree, and its fruits is like the clusters of the vine, very beautiful, and the fragrance of the tree penetrates afar. Remember, I was talking about, discussing with y'all how many of y'all go into the produce section and you standing right there by the apples and the oranges and you can't even smell them. What kind of shit? I grew up, man, orange trees, everything all over in Jersey and everywhere else that I thought it, man. You're walking down the street and it's all you smell. You smell the roses, you smell the dandelions, you could smell everything. I'm just saying, y'all. Okay. That tree is in height like fir, blah, blah. And then I said, how beautiful is the tree and how attractive is its look. Then Raphael, the holy angel who was with me, answered me and said, this is the tree of wisdom, of which thy father old in years and thy aged mother who were before thee have eaten. And they learnt wisdom, and their eyes were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they were driven out of the garden. I would like to say that as a parable, but we're going to let it stand, because it's all right to let it be, even though it alludes to something else. They need you to see the stories, because they don't make nothing up new. They take something and they pervert it. The synagogue of Satan. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. In chapter 33, we'll pull up tomorrow, and you're going to really enjoy that part. Okay? Now let's get into the custodians of time. My boy in the bed. You know he don't want to be there. All right. I hope some of you have ordered some of these books and started actually employing, reading them. Let me see what was that. Let me make sure I got the right. I actually highlighted, but okay, yeah. All right. Tricia wondered if Yam or Canaan might return in the future to haunt, H-A-U-N-T, haunt the custodians or mankind. Did you hear that? Tricia wondered, the one who was there, the so-called professional, wondered if Yam or Canaan, who is Yam or Canaan, might return in the future to haunt the custodians or mankind. Didn't say man, it said mankind. There must be a good reason why Yam had been mentioned within some of the holy texts and not others. The patient reading Tricia Hunt's mind asked her to concentrate on what was about to be explained and to leave the events of the past to worthier brains. I returned to King Richard, he said. Fate dealt him an unplayable hand. He was forced back to England to quell unrest among his barons, principally brought about by his treacherous brother John and his unworthy supporters. They had locked themselves in the city of Nottingham. Once Richard had put his affairs in England, had been settled, he returned to Normandy to fight King Philip II. Y'all, have y'all ever paid attention to our brother King Drop? Dude, my brother was a teacher, I think, in elementary or something. Check him out every once in a while. Even Lex, well, he likes to find a lot of new material and break them down as best as he can. He's kind of in the Hebrew thing, but he's not one of these street beating, double down, butt munching idiots. Remember, just check out the messages, okay? On the third day of March, 1193, Saladin died of typhoid. Did y'all know that Saladin died of typhoid? leaving his sons to fight among themselves. 1193, Saladin, come on, people. Thank you for getting rid of the two idiots. Don't worry, I actually got a black candle I'm going to deal with them. I hope they keep coming to send some more. I got enough black candles I made. Yeah, hair, all kind of weird stuff in it. Anywho, fight amongst themselves over the spoils of their father's empire. 6 years later, King Richard died at Charles Cabral, as the story goes, right? Castle, following an unforeseen incident whilst inspecting his siege works. If these influential leaders had lived what had been decreed a full life, a lasting peace of which I spoke of earlier would have taken root. Instead of the region being constantly embroiled in a ferocious war, turning dry sand into a sea of blood, a long-lasting peace which the custodians have every part of play in. As we're reading a few paragraphs back, you remember when I was pointing out questionable things? It's like, I will talk to you and have you believing something else while I'm the deliverer of bad news that you will never know I delivered. Okay, anyway. Anyway, blood, a long-lasting peace between all religions would have prevailed. And we know what religions are. Okay? Thomas noticed Tricia Hunt shiver slightly at these words. She shivered slightly at these words from the patient, but she regained her composure when John Smith said he had finished his narrative for the day. Tricia walked slowly from the private room, unsure if she should make any comment. But then an alarm sounded, which temporarily stunned her power of thought. An orderly calmly shouted, "No worries, it's just a training exercise." In the renewed silence, Professor Appleyard turned to Tricia Hunt, wearing a serious expression on his face. "I wonder what you make of our patient." Tricia carefully considered the question before answering. "I think all of us need additional time before we are able to draw any conclusions." I can't sound like a female. I tried right there. I attempted, y'all. Now, Bill Bullis spoke quietly, thinking it necessary to offer an apology. I have known Marcus Thomas for many years. He might be an excellent copper, but he does have a short fuse, especially around women. I must apologize for his behavior today, Miss Hunt. "Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate your concerns, and don't worry, I will have him eating out of my hands within a month." So Isis, the winged Egyptian goddess, this is a drawing, most pathetic. I've seen better ones, and I've seen actual, which called, so. You see that Ankh? Anunnaki. Session 3, the sun, the moon, and a sermon. DCI Thomas was still in a bad mood as he entered the side ward. Every chair had been used, so he had to find one for himself. He grumbled under his breath. He hadn't done this since he was a young Bobby on the beat. Bobby's an old term anyway for police. Appleyard smiled at Bullis and Tricia Hunt before whispering a positive comment. "I think we are going to enjoy another session of revelations." And I'm pleased that both Sidney Hill and Leslie Westbrook have managed to find the time to be with us today. Their thoughts will be much appreciated. Let's hope that Marcus won't ruffle too many feathers today. Marcus Thomas returned, clutching a stool, best I could find under the circumstances. He remarked, speaking to no one in particular, as no one replied to his predicament. Appleyard stood up and introduced the two newcomers to the group. "Allow me to introduce Sidney Hill and Miss Leslie Westbrook. Both are experts in their respective fields." Pleasantries were passed between the 6 observers, although Marcus could only manage to grunt his greetings. One of them guys. As they all settled around the patient's bedside for the start of the new session. Not a sesh, people, not a sesh, not 420, Anyway, as before, all those present registered their names, the date and time on the tape recorder, after which Tricia announced, "Happy Valentine's Day." Tricia was still innocently unaware of Marcus Thomas's moods. Bullis and Appleyard smiled. Marcus Thomas pulled one of his stupid screwed-up faces as the newcomer to the group. Hill and Westbrook looked unsure as what to say or do. The patient cleared his throat to get his audience's attention. I had to literally, and began to speak. I wish to return to the Eye of Horus, which has also been called a Wadjet. A Wadjet or Ujat. These are all ancient Egyptian deities symbolizing protection, royal power, and good health, much like Jesus Christ. That got Hill's attention. The Eye of Ra is somewhat comparable to the Eye of Horus. Ra is the sun god and the bringer of order to the kings of the night sky. We know the sun is the constant life giver, controlling the seasons for when the times is right to harvest the crops labored by man. Without the sun, life on earth would surely expire and die. Light. Keyword, light. So it is understandable why the ancient Egyptians worshipped the sun. At one time, other cultures were forbidden from worshiping the sun, it being supposedly outlawed by the Abrahamic God. I can tell you that as part of the Mithra cult, an early Persian society which celebrated the rising of the sun each day, the legend of Mithra gave birth to the Christian resurrection story. Honoring the sun was an integral part of their ritual, along with the ceremonies of Mithraism. And the patient appeared happier now. He was talking about subjects he held closest to his heart. See, he's talking about what he studied, what he's seen over the millennia. Pay attention. Talking about subjects he felt closest to his heart. One of the highest ranking an individual could rise to within the Mithraic temple was that of the sun carrier. I also found sun worshippers in old Babylonian texts and in Asian religious occults. To this day, some fringe religions still worship the sun during the midsummer solstice, the most famous being at Stonehenge. Even Christianity, to a certain degree, is derived from the sun. We know this will sound rather difficult for you to understand, but as a custodian, I can justify my words. They've always been studying us, mitigating wars, changing the history, and this, that, and other. They despise us. They hate us. You know how it is. You got that one guy. Yeah, B, you coming over? All right, what's going on? Been love all your life since prayer, from the cradle to the grave. You know what I'm talking about, right? And you get over there to the trap, see what's going on, and you walk in the door, and it be your buddy that said, yeah, you coming through? Yeah, what's going on, love? We got some girls, we got some weed and everything. That pulls the trigger and blows your brains out. And then the same people who you grew up with wrap you up in a tarp, in a rug, and put you somewhere with diesel fuel, and then go out later on after you burn in that plain area and grind your bones up as best they can, and then they put you somewhere where you can't be found. If you get where I'm coming from. To this day, some fringe religions still worship the sun during the midsummer solstice, the most famous being Stonehenge. Even Christianity, to a certain degree, is derived from the sun. We know this certain degree, I'm reading it again, is derived from the sun. We know this will sound rather difficult for you to understand, but as a custodian, I can justify my words. The conception of stained glass paintings originated in Asia. This was Asia Superior. Know this. The Tartarian buildings, we have them with stained glass all over the place. Proof. One of the region's earliest surviving examples of colored glass came from the Assyrian city of Nineveh, dating back to the 7th century before the birth of Yeshua, or Jesus, as Christians know him. Christian sun catchers painted brightly colored pictures that depicted God, Jesus, and his saints on glass windows throughout Christianity, which is a very short thing, people. How short? Well, before King James, there was no fucking Christianity. When he went back and they murdered him, 65, 70 years, the first Bible didn't even have Jesus in it. I think it was like 7 reprints or, revisions later when they started creating all the hellfire and all that smoke jumbo bullshit, when he all of a sudden had his head up in the story. And who pushed him more than anything, besides the whole dynamic of different ideologies of races? The Zionists, Hollywood, from New York to California. It is most unfortunate that due to a series of errors in translation, his given name was never Jesus or Yeshua, but Les Sos. Some custodians were present when he spoke of his proverbs, known to the Christians as his Sermon on the Mount. History must preserve these teachings. It is the basis on which his church was based. The words he spoke of that day prove to us beyond all doubt that his voice held a far greater power than the thrust of a sword or the stabbing of a spear. Remember, I keep telling you, you're more powerful than you think. And Jesus is a fraud. There is an individual. If you only take the time to think about that voice, you will hear his message. But some have listened without hearing. It is not the intention of me to confront your religious views, whatever they may be. Far be it from me to challenge your intentions. In 1839, I met the playwright Edward Bulwer-Lytton and suggested he might consider including the phrase, the pen being mightier than the sword, in his play, The Conspiracy. I am pleased to state that Edward took my advice. See how they have been manipulating? Are y'all catching on what I'm doing now? And I'm reading it because these motherfuckers tell you, and if you can cross references between navigating across the ice walls, Terra Infinita, Flatlantis, Enoch, it's all right there. It's all positioned just perfectly. Okay. There have been many times when I have strongly objected to a man holding too much authority, especially when he does not know what to do with that power. We custodians can see that mankind can never be fully trusted with power. Who do you think's been causing the resets and the killing and the murdering and the testing with the half-bred graves? Or half us, and Lord Action, the Catholic historian, once told me that absolute power corrupts absolutely. Do we not see that right now? And they have that in that goddamn Bible and Quran, and all these motherfuckers ain't paying attention to it. And I believe this to be true. Power gradually corrupts the man and lessens his morality. So it follows that the more power a man has, the more corrupt he becomes. I might disagree with the man's ideology, but his words have always resonated within me. The problem of only powerful men taking charge of society, and that happens even with us, when we think we have some kind of power over self, and yet we have not correlated ourselves with the truth of who we are based upon a perception outside of ourselves, instead of taking the time to really look at who we are and not in the morbidity. It gets out of hand. We start believing in our funky funk shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. And there's nobody there to pull our shirt tail, or but there's a whole lot of patting on the back, because bandwagon leaders will sit there and lift you up until you fall into the grave and keep it moving afterwards. Excuse me. Power gradually corrupts the man and lessens his morality. So it follows that the more power a man has, the more corrupt he becomes. I might disagree with the man's ideology, but his words have always resonated with me. The problem of only powerful men taking charge of society could easily be solved by unleashing a deadly pestilence upon the earth. Did you get that? I was wondering if some of y'all may go, holy shit. Anyway, I did when I read it. Excuse me. It's not like they haven't done it. Upon the earth, something far greater than anything previously encountered. A pandemic of such force and devastation that might make men consider the needs of others, channeling tolerance and understanding rather than anger and loss. Being a custodian doesn't mean that I can peer into your future. For this, can I fear will never be achievable? It matters not what I do, because mankind has already taken so many different paths. He will never return to fulfill his true destiny. Yeah, mankind won't, but the origin, who we are, will. And they could take that to the motherfucking bank, the fake ass bank. So let me mark this again. Because y'all know me. I keep reading it, I get lost. Okay. Put that right there. Today is Wednesday. Thursday. Okay. Always date. This is what I do, people. So I hope y'all appreciate that reading. And I will definitely, I'm not going away. I just gotta go to the bank. I gotta go to the bank and I gotta go to the post office. And when I come back, where I'm gonna dig into the goddamn Flatlanders, and I'm gonna invite you into the lands Mars. I enjoy reading if y'all can't tell. I really do. All right. So I'm gonna go check on and see what's going on. But let me give some shout outs. My apologies. I'm leaning all forward and shit like my back is sore. Let's give some shout outs. Grand Elevations, Rhonda. Rhonda was there yesterday too. What's going on, beloved? I think he was there, right? Mama Red, Platinum and Gold. Is my sister Sue up in here? Great Wolf. What's going on, family? Yes. Gratuity, man. I love y'all, motherfuckers. Y'all just don't know. I was on that side designed everything I wore back in the day. Yeah, talk about. You know what? If you still doing that, I got some ideas. I'm really about this stuff, y'all. If you serious, I got some ideas. 1986 on the USS Nimitz, I designed, because I was a breakdancer, I designed this thing with a mock neck, because I wore English mock necks and all that and Kangos. It had and one and cap and cargo shorts, because I was in the military, and one. And because breakdancing, we start wearing those gymnastic, one-piece suits, faster windmills, and one, and when I came back home after I retired, my brother Dwight said, "You remember that stuff you designed back in '86? Well, Foreman Mills got a whole lot of and one." I was like, "What?" By Nike, and I'd been attempting to find out who it was, and come to find out whoever sold it was in the military. They won't let me know if they were Navy, this, that, and others. Somebody stole my idea because I was very open. I was doing Calvin and Hobbes drawings with color on people's mail and writing poems to mail to their wives to keep the relation, you know what I'm saying? I was doing all that, and somebody stole my idea. So I have plenty. Some pretty awesome ones. And if there's anybody out there that's got camera and do camera work, lighting and all that, I would love to get together and write down the stories of our ancestors in truth and mitigate making short films, digital, that we could put out 20-minute, half hour. I would really, really love to do this. And I'm gonna have to get with Westside Kulik. I know he's in the studio biz and Trauma and see, because they're closer. Some of y'all are close too, but y'all have not mitigated yourselves and make yourselves in person. I don't do that no more. So don't ask me, why don't you come over here? I'm not going to no fucking East Coast, and I ain't going to no LA no more. Bring your asses over this way and see something new and enjoy yourselves. But yes, I want to go ahead. If you're really about it, I want to solve. We could do that. And anybody else is involved. Introducing. Let's see. Yes, y'all better. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get hers in there as well. Awesome. For the world to see. Media. Appreciate it. Y'all know where I stand. You know I love y'all. Some people having a hard time understanding that this is something they do on sport teams and stuff. This is our shit. It means like, imagine standing over a great divide, and I see you and you see me. That means solidarity. It means respect and love. It's like this. You either coming in or going out. You dig what I'm saying? So many people are starting to realize it. And that's all it is. It's a truth. You don't need Wakanda and all that other shit. That's Ohio, but that's who we are. That's all. It's like salute. Fuck all that handshaking shit and all that other bullshit. If I can't feel your heartbeat, man, I don't want to feel nothing. All this bullshit. That's for these weak motherfuckers and these secret societies and shit. Fuck them. We don't do that. Excuse my language again. I'm just very passionate about this. But I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm gonna run out here and take care of these couple little things so I can get back. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into that next reading. It's gonna be a little quick intermission. And a reason why I said that about the candles. It's all in my head. When you burn that seraphim, right? Especially in closed doors and stuff, and those chemicals that's supposed to make smells, they're not natural. You know what's happening to your lungs? They're getting beat the fuck up. And you're having a toxic overload and you don't even know I just wanted to share that. I actually have 4 lavender candles that I just put in the garbage. I took the time to read what they were made of. Nothing natural about them. If you got, like me, I like this right here. I was supposed to throw this shit away too. I showed you that. I don't know why they picked that up for me. But I also have other ones upstairs, very natural. I mean, like it's hard, but if you're hard enough, in your hand, it's the true resin of the flower. So these right here, the Hosley, I like them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna like one of these right now. I like them. The smell is so majestic, and it gets in your pores, and everybody be like, "Ooh, what's that?" Little lady boy last night out there talking about, who is he? I said, see, that's the reason why I can't do it with y'all, man, because y'all motherfuckers is just nasty. You just think, no, man, you can't just do that. No, ain't no who's he. And that's when he's like, oh, excuse me. I said, that's that liberal shit. Yeah, you're fucking excused. And that's when the thing it was with said, oh, no, that's red. No, And I said, thank you for clarifying that goofy shit. And I don't hate you motherfuckers, but y'all, it seems like all they looking for is somebody to run up in their anus. And I'm not with that shit. And that's just sick shit. And women, you want to rub cooties? What is wrong with you? If you think that's something that's normal, another woman licking on another woman, something wrong with you. I'm not preaching hate. What I'm getting you is to look at your divinity and how important you are. That's all I'm putting out there. I don't care if you lived it for 20 years. I'm having you relook at it and say, wait a minute. You don't have to go out there like that goofball. I love women. I'm saved. No. Everybody keep it quiet. Just say, you know what? I was in a place. I've grown attached to it because I was nurtured in it. Now I have to stand up and be who I'm called to be. No, if you decide to stay in there, I'm not going to hate you. It's still going to be the same love. I'm just speaking about the light in you. Doesn't mean that it goes away. But what is penance given when penance is not taken? And what is penance taken when it's not been given? That disgusted me. And I was surprised that his friend didn't say, Red, don't try and hit or nothing like that. No, man. That shit was just, I was just like, and I had to walk up in here because I actually got a feeling like anger. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I don't like that feeling. So I said, I have to control that right away and just make it go away. The only way to do that was to walk in and just let them be to their madness out there, which we don't have around here. Like, people come out and be like, what's all that noise around here? We don't do that shit. We got children and everything else. But they were gone. You know what I'm saying? And I was grateful that its little thing knew me from when I was doing the reservation and corrected. Oh, man. And we're talking about trannies. Yeah. God, dog, man. And yeah, man. And I was respected more during when I was guardian angel at the witch call parades in Coney Island, the Neptune Beach parades. I have more respect for them. They actually have more. They nothing but utter respect. And when I was down on the wharf, in Manhattan, protecting them from getting raped by these goofy Goombas coming out of Rikers or wherever, who were going out there in the back wishes by the lake and cornholing these things, man. And the young ones, because they look like girls, man. These, what they've been doing for the last 20, 30 years, man, is getting them young. And it's a boy, that they're doing, and them guys walking around and all big, doing they power bodybuilders, and all that, and they come out twisted, broken, and they get them little boys back there and they rape them. So so I was respected by that community. But in smaller areas, some of them really think that they could just do whatever, and it's especially when there's drugs like meth, especially. So, but no hate. We need the righteous hearts to stand up, not some religious dichotomy and other bullshit. All right, we don't need them. not knocking you motherfuckers, but if you ain't living according to your damn scriptures, we don't want shit to do with you. He's a fraud. He's a hypocrite. All right? So let me go ahead and handle my business. Let me call Baba Rasta and let him know I checks his shit out and I share his shit so he can relax. All right? So I love y'all. You already know. And anybody else come in? I appreciate y'all. So, hey, yeah, somebody, I want us to, when this uploads, I'm gonna go to your page. Well, you know what? I'm gonna type it in. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it right now. While I'm sitting here before I run out here. It's cool out there, man. The temperature to drop to 72 degrees, where I like to keep it at when I'm in here. 72 and 7 degrees. I like my. Okay, let me see. And it's cool. Okay. We still have, for some reason. Do y'all have where you at the pollen? This shit is crazy. Okay. I'm serious. Do any of y'all that the pollen is still? I don't get it. Yeah, here we go. Let me see what your face is here. I might be able to just tap on it. Native American. Why is it pulling up this garbage? Oh, no. What is this? Hell to the no. Okay. That was weird. Okay. You might not have nothing on there. It just might be you. Like, I might just be able to go over there and just subscribe. That way I know that, you know what I'm saying? It ain't pulling you up. This is weird. Jeremy, I got you, brother. Let's see. I got notes and stuff over here. He's a good brother. You know what? What I do is when it uploads, then I'll go ahead and I'll save your information if you're doing anything. You know what I mean? But I would love to, we can build. A lot of people have my Gmail, and it's. I'll make sure I put it on the back of this too. So that way, if you want to reach out, some people ask for it and they ain't doing a goddamn thing with it. So I know what's going on there. People are so fucking stupid. Anyway. No, I can't. I'm not pulling your account up, man. Anyway, like I said, let me go ahead and handle my business, and I appreciate you motherfuckers like a motherfucker. You hear what I'm saying? Yo, the pollen is crazy, Mama Red. Yo, and I don't really have a pollen issue, but for some reason with the cold, my nose be running because it's pollen. Something's not right. I don't know. I heard somebody talking about it somewhere, but something ain't right. But anyway, I'm gonna sign off. Love y'all. Ladies, I should have my hat turned around. Gents, as you already know, let me get out here and handle this goddamn business.